My channel's a geezer channel.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Got a bunch of geezers watching me. My channel's a geezer channel.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Got a bunch of geezers watching me. My channel's a geezer channel.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Got a bunch of geezers watching me. My channel's a geezer channel.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Got a bunch of geezers watching me.
Hi, everybody. Let me turn this music off. We've got all sorts of dog chaos going on because I decided that I wanted to sit on the couch tonight. And all the dogs want to sit on the couch too with me. And Roscoe is like a dead weight. Junebug is not happy, if anything. So I'm laughing really hard because she's all right. Well, we just got to get to this. I got to figure out because I got a dog staring at me looking really unhappy. Junebug, where do you want Roscoe to go? If only you could see this madness. But anyway, come here. Come next to me, Roscoe. Come in. Come on, Junebug. Come over here, right next to Roscoe. Come on, right next to Roscoe. Come on. I don't know why you choose that way to come up on the couch. Come here, please. I'm going to lose my audience. Thank you. Sit down, please. Just sit down. Can you not sit down? Lie down. You look so sad. Okay. I think she wants to be next to me and Roscoe's next to me. Anyway. All right, guys. Yes. So if you've checked out my channel, Sarasota Tim, at last check, haven't checked since then, has struck one of my great commentary videos about him being a Christian cosplayer. So I'll bring you over to my channel. to see the offending video, or should I say, not see the offending video that has now been once again copyright struck by Tim. So I guess at some point, Tim got up and decided to choose some violence toward my channel. Oh, I guess you just can't even see it now, I guess, since it's been copyright struck. All right, let me take you over to this part then. I'm sorry, I'm just a black screen. I wasn't really expecting to go live tonight. And obviously, here we go. We'll show it from here. All right, let me share this screen. I cannot believe it. It's just like, and for those of you who are members of the Good Life community, you will find out tomorrow why what he did is kind of wild at this moment in time with everything that's going on. Come here, Roscoe, next to me, closer. Somebody's got to come next to me, closer. Because June just doesn't feel like she's got enough space, Roscoe. Good girl, June. I mean, you've got an entire cushion. You guys have more room than I have. I don't understand what's going on. Oh, okay. So let me share this channel. I cannot believe it. For once, I just wanted to sit on the couch. I usually sit somewhere else. I don't sit on the couch generally. And I decided to come over here with my laptop and my microphone and just kind of, I can't, I have to just kind of be comfortable and cozy on the couch. And I've just got, the dogs are just, anyway. Hi, Miss Vicky. It's too cold out for the Kawasaki. I don't even see many videos. Don't worry, we're going to get Sarasota Tim reacting before the night's over, obviously. But if you can hit the likes when you come on in, I do appreciate that, especially since I'm having a copyright again. Oh my goodness, it's just so wild. It's like, I wonder how long they take to cross over into my channel. It's like when I send my counter notifications, I know they take some time to have their approval from YouTube. So I don't expect anything kind of straight away. And so I just kind of sit back. Say, for example, at this moment, my counter notification is awaiting review. So here we go. Got a copyright strike over here. It means my video's down from YouTube. And it's not the first time. Probably won't be the last at this rate. And it was down by Sarasota Tim. And the part he picked was content found during, and this video went out on the 13th of January. And so you're trying to tell me that it took you a week to discover that I had a copyright on my video in your estimation. And this one actually specifically chose only a little bit of the video. It wasn't the entire thing. Obviously it was transformative. I had his, his commentary, the deleted comments that he no longer possessed on his channel that I had copies of intertwined with that. So that was basically commentary along with his content. It was, so we're talking about everyone being the devil. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, did not like my yikes Christian cosplayer. Sarasota YouTuber wants his female doctor to strip down too. I don't know what it is. The part he did not like was from minutes 244 to 307. And I don't think there was any clarification as to what it was. Just says content used. Sarasota Tim Lisa dermatologist with this report. Doesn't really give much more. He doesn't say much more. It's usually Tim. And so, yeah, we're just waiting for YouTube. So hopefully, it's usually what I submit as a counter notification about fair use. And so as long as they feel that that is a reasonable argument from the perspective of my channel, then it will be forwarded to Sarasota Tim, and Tim will have 10 business days to respond. I guess or something makes him go off. Like I said, this happened at, I want to say, I saw this around, well, I get up pretty early, so I don't try to check my phone straight away, but probably been up for 30 minutes or so. And then I decided to check into my channel because usually I'm doing stuff with the dogs or making coffee or, just doing a bunch of other stuff, not glued to what's going on with my phone. And I went in to check and I saw the little dot next to the bell on my channel. And basically said, I was like, oh, what happened now? Now, sometimes it's good stuff. Like sometimes I see my little bell and I see a little red dot and I click on it. And it's actually like a little message from Miss Vicky is highlighted. Yeah, Miss Vicky will come in. Hey, yeah, Miss Vicky will come in. Where are you, Miss Vicky? I keep hiding and showing you. Miss Vicky will come on in. And so that's always a nice thing to see. Or it will alert me to a nice super thanks or a super chat from somebody. So that's always really nice to see. And hey, he's relying on YouTube's automatic system to flag these clips. Yes, he's not smart enough to search this out for himself. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Any creator knows, or people know that there's a part that will say, sorry, I forgot. I thought I was going to try to switch off my phone, but I think I got so distracted. The dogs have finally settled down. It will say something about like people using clips or something. I've had some really strange ones. I'm like, oh, okay. But like of using my clips when it was something, it was anyway. But yeah, I'm thinking that he sees it come up. I'm sure he sees quite a few of mine. And then he just decides after a while if he's really upset with me. And there could be reason as to why he's not happy. It's interesting because he's being himself. I'll reveal that in the members only tomorrow. This is enough of a reveal today. So yeah, what a moron. Yeah, maroon. Sorry, maroon. I shouldn't say the other word. I'll get in trouble with YouTube. So yeah, it's definitely. So yeah. So I'm guessing at around 4 this afternoon, I saw that this had occurred 10 hours before that. So that would put around 6-something a.m., around 6:30 a.m. this morning. And I'm thinking that that's probably a little around the time I had seen it, but maybe a little bit too early. So I'm guessing he probably submitted the notification and then shortly after, I don't know how long it takes to go because like I said, I know with the counters it can take some time for it to go through its system. Now there could be a lot of people saying about copyright, so it might take a moment for the AI system to actually let it go through it all. I've never obviously lodged a copyright, so I'm not sure because it's a legal process once you start that. And I just always wonder if he thinks I'm, because he's probably not really looking at his mail. Does he think I'm collecting his strikes and he's trying to figure out why I haven't disappeared yet? Because I've actually literally lost count now of how many strikes he's given my channel. But because I've submit the counter notifications, because he's already seen all my stuff I've just gone back to doing it through the YouTube system. Before the attorney was sending it to him. But I'm like, not even going to use the attorney now. But I've used the attorney because I have the language which explains fair use and how I'm transforming his content and so forth. And how he's abusing the system. And when you find out tomorrow about what I've trying to do, well, we know Tim, but if you, in just light of everything, and you think about this strike, you just be like, Tim is just, he's so petty. And the thing is, there was a known creator called Ethan Klein, whether, you like him or not. And Sammy was, highlighting this again with me. Had a very well-known channel, still does, H3 podcast or something, I think it's called. Anyway, he was somebody who really went and helped further the idea of having creators be able to do commentary and use other content under what was already a fair use law that's on the books here in the United States. And so if you're making commentary and you are making your own content, then that is under fair use. And so, but he abuses the system, and it doesn't look good to abuse the system. But YouTube, I don't know how he gets away with it, but he's getting like up to something. And his views are let me share this tab instead so we can get to some reacts. I'll let you guys, I'm sorry, I'm sort of chatting away over here. Lord knows he's talking about going to the Philippines with a new friend he met with, also going there. Well, and I wanted to try to ask about which video did you want to watch? Like, do you want to watch one about the Philippines, or what do we want to watch tonight? So I am surprised. I don't know if he can get a passport. Somebody was telling him to watch the Itchy Boots channel, and I don't know if anybody's ever seen the Itchy Boots channel, but it's a channel with a young lady from, I want to say, Holland, the Netherlands, who is going around the globe on a motorbike and has something like over 7 million subscribers and probably makes insane amounts of money on the platform and a lot of views. But obviously she's doing things like taking the motorbike around the globe and doing all these things. And she's obviously a very attractive young lady too. So it makes sense that her channel is doing well. I think that Tim has to kind of, Itchy Boots is great. It's something I would like to check out. I mean, it looks like she's had some interesting stories that she has from her travels, and she's probably, from what I can see from the number of subscribers, must be a good storyteller too, and have some interesting places beyond Walmart's, love truck stops, Buc-ee's, you name it. So I was watching something very interesting this evening about how people, and I tried, I did this recently. I'll be honest. I'll talk about it in the members only. This is for members only stuff, just to really get under Tim's skin. I do certain things, I admit, to get under Tim, to hit Tim's nerves sometimes. And obviously I do, because he copyright strikes my channel. Oh, no. You cannot find Christian cosplayer. If you try to hit that link, you will never find it. Let me try to see. So I showed the copyright strike. Lord, Tim. So I just have to wait. I come into the little bell. Let's look at this. Hold on. Let me share this tab back again, just so you can kind of see. Giving away all my secrets. Here's Tim. Thank you for everybody watching the shorts. Appreciate it. Half of you have not subscribed to the channel. Let's get the subscribers up, please. Make sure to hit the likes. Well, I think we'll watch that video tonight too. So look at all these strikes and stuff, man. It's just wild. Look, to strike completed. That means my video is restored. Counter notification forward. Copyright strike. I was just, oh, Tim. Just constant. And let's see the content. I'll let you guys see where you can. Let's go over here. This is the back door of this. I'm showing you the secrets of the creator studio over here. Here it is. Yikes! Christian cosplayer, Sarasota, right here. Didn't like that one for some reason. This didn't mind Florida wannabe. That one stayed. This, I mean, he's selective. I don't know. I think he just does it in anger. And then obviously it's been removed, right at almost 2,000 views as well, Tim. So let's hope that YouTube accepts my counter notification. I can't, like I said, I have literally started to lose count as to how many videos, because like the first time I got one strike, it was like I had, I think he did 3 videos at one time on one night, but they combined all 3 into just like one strike. Like YouTube just took it as one thing. And then he had one with like 2. I don't know. It's been so many videos. They're all back on the platform. So it's like, it's constant. It's constant. Yeah, it is actually against YouTube's terms of service. It really is. And in fact, and this is, YouTube is a very large corporation. My attorney has sent a communication to YouTube through the AI reporting system because that's the only way they could do it. There's no way to have even your attorney say, hey, look, this person. So she just like had to go to like one of his videos or to his channel, I think, and report him and put in the thing about him, bullying my channel, and nothing was ever heard. YouTube never cared. They don't care, unless you're a much larger channel and you have a human who maybe at the time you can say, hey, I need to, you have to be a big channel. I'm talking like a 1 million subscriber channel. And Tim is using it almost like a way to, one, obviously, he wants to silence me. I've been really talking a lot about his EIDL money. And so I think that's irritating him. He's, says he doesn't want to date, and then he says he wants to meet a lady. So I'm sure he wants to ensure that any negative conversations about him are going to be gone. One, I'm a lady too. Let's be honest. Some good old-fashioned misogyny always exists with my channel. So do I push the boundaries? No, because I don't do anything different than happens on this platform all the time. So, I mean, that's one of the things is he is technically a public figure. So making commentary is under fair use. It is for entertainment and education purposes only. And it is. It just is. You doubt he ever goes to New York, just across the world? Well, he said the furthest he's ever gone north in the country is North Carolina, Miss Vicky. He's never even been to Virginia, and he may never want to ever come to Virginia. It's just so bad. YouTube, yes, YouTube is encouraging to do this, and then YouTube may shut him down for doing it. Well, I mean, there comes a time that I've never known, like, where, he just has relentlessly copyright struck me. And I've had so many counter notifications, and I have had him never take me to court. He's never shown any type of legal actions against me, which is what he's supposed to do. And then YouTube restores my video, and yet YouTube has seemingly, after like I said, I've literally lost count at this point. This has got to be the 7th or 8th strike he's given my channel. At least. And he's struck so many more videos than that. It's because I just, have had obviously the attorney. I've submitted my counterfeit notification. I've been doxxed openly with my address. I've had people, say some nasty things, want to know who my employer is. I mean, all sorts of stuff. And it's not cool when you're trying to, he might be a small-time potential scammer of the U.S. taxpayer comparatively to other larger scammers on the YouTube platform, but he has potentially misappropriated between at least the PPP and the EIDL. That's well over $70,000. And for most of us, that is probably an annual salary for the average American. So I would say that's a substantial amount of money. And that's not including unemployment, which he shouldn't have been getting unemployment, PPP, and EIDL. The one money is to keep your business afloat, and the other was because you literally became unemployed as a gig worker, because you were a gig worker, meaning you didn't own a business. Most gig workers are people, not business owners. That's where you were crossing the line, Tim, I believe. Oh, he won't ever pay for an attorney. You scare him? Well, and irritate him all at the same time. I scare and irritate him. Grok wants to... Yeah, I'd be curious to know what Grok thinks. I know what the court confidence of certain things that I have been looking at. Oh, I should say looking at. It's a little bit more than that. Say 100% in my favor. Were this to go to court. So in respect of his violating of fair use, and for his kind of harassment of me and my channel, because it's reached harassment levels. But like I said, I just can't believe that YouTube's system at this point hasn't picked up that he just does this and it never sticks and it never stays. It's not like I ever get to 90 days. So, but I just have to keep going for it. His views are dropping compared to previous years. Oh, well, I would think that, and Dinga did a very interesting thing, and this is something I was watching tonight, about people buying views. And it, when you you can purchase for promotion, for views or for audience, and or whichever sort of thing you're doing. And obviously, comparatively, it's going to put your video in front of eyes that maybe would not have seen it otherwise in the natural algorithm of YouTube. And we have been wondering, I think I had mentioned it first and Dinga looked into it, was how is it that Tim can be sitting at, and let me hide this part for a second. You can see with his channel, say here, this one didn't do too bad, but he's only had one video. 1.9 views here, 1.7 on this, 1.2, 2.5, 2.3, 2.7. Seems reasonable, 1.7. And then 70, 4.9 on an RV depreciating asset for old Wolf Pup. I mean, is that really a 5,000 view video? I mean, potentially, but here, suddenly there was just a run where he just seemed to be having like very high views suddenly, and then back to 1.5, 1. I was just like, that's a very significant kind of change Here 1.7, 1.5, which kind of feels more organic. It just seems odd that sometimes his views seem like crushing it for Christ with 803, crushing it for cash. He tries. It just seems odd. It's just wild. And then Dingo said something on his video about how, there was potential that was he purchasing, for promotion and getting it out there and getting, bigger views in order to also potentially increase his subscribers, because there's a way to pick these promotions. We know Tim's a salesperson. Pick these promotions and you can do it for like subscriber growth, audience growth, just for views, whichever you want to do. So, because it comes up when you post your videos, like promotion. I saw that recently on one of my shorts. So he, Dinger spoke about it, mentioned that I had mentioned something about it. And I'm always like, oh God, if he is doing something like that, and there's ways to then find out, like with the comments, like finding out when potentially Tim set up his YouTube channel and then some of his side characters who are coming in and, glazing on his comment section. Are they actually Tim coming in and commenting on his own videos under another account? Because I've heard about that one. Hey, Sammy. Oh, you're not late. You're fine. You are fine, sweetheart. You say that Tim, you love how Tim tried to cover would say he doesn't always video pay. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's done some wild stuff. He certainly has lately. I mean, and there was something that was interesting and telling on the this best coffee video right at the end. And this is relevant to what I have going on in the background with Tim at the moment, because obviously I have reached a point where I got fed up of this after the strike recently. Not this one, but the one before that in the end of December. So I said to myself, and I'm gonna start. I've sent you 2 cease and desists. Now I'm gonna have to, finally do something about this. Not in a huge way, but in at least a way which lets him know that I'm, I've let him know that I'm always ready to take it legally. And, he's somebody who's always going to skirt around, think he doesn't have to worry about it. And it's kind of interesting because it's kind of coinciding with his escalating talk of leaving the country. So it's just kind of funny. And there was another telling thing, and I'll just leave it this. And if you want to find out more, you're going to have to join the good life and come to the members only tomorrow. Okay. Hold on, Tim. You can't be doing that. And if you hear snoring in the background, that's Junebug. Junebug snoring. She's finally settled down because she was giving me stank eye for like 10 minutes. That's why I was a little late coming in. All right. It's this one here. Let me come over to his transcript. He says about plenty of money. It kills me every time he says that catchphrase. I'm like, ah! Like, no, not the plenty of money. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, right here. I'm going to play this part. All right. I start it right here. He starts talking about this windshield, and I highlighted this in my video. It's not been my most viewed video, so let me play it here. Play him at normal speed so you can hear him clearly say this. So he's showing off more stuff he bought. This is a video, I think, only from like probably yesterday. Feels like a lifetime ago.
And the tinted windshield, I can't see. So, I mean, this thing is flawless. $160 with tax. Ridiculous. Well, you bought it. One thing I got, folks, plenty of money. Pretty soon I might not. All right, let's get on out of here. Best wishes to everybody.
No, there could be a number of things that Tim is referring to in this video. Maybe it's his upcoming travels to the Philippines because, just what we need to send America's finest to another country. Jeez. And I think Tim has the idea that going to the Philippines is potentially opportunity for him to feel like the richest man in America, richest man there. This one, he got real nasty in this one, didn't he? Oh, this is the road rage. Look what he puts. He's supposed to be Christian. He puts this language in this video. I mean, it's Tim. It's wild. Now, we could react to some of this. It's a long one, guys. Or I'm going to give you guys a choice. And I guess we'll give it a 1, 2, 3. Something making it easy. All right. There was different videos. We'll do a recap real fast of what Tim been up to. Because in one day, it's an amazing number of videos. So he did his, we looked at this one here. Oh, maybe he didn't like that I live streamed for 4 hours and we laughed about, maybe he didn't like the fact that we had the video with his ViBe, bike lift or whatever it's called. And he had taken it down because he had not included the tag includes paid promotion. And we still showed that video where he didn't have that on it. Like he was supposed to. He may not be happy about me from that. A few of his fans kept saying he should go to the Philippines. Do you really believe that it can come from a neighbor? That it came from a neighbor? No. I don't know if I believe any of these neighbor stories, to be honest. Unless we see that German Shepherd, which he says he's going to make the German Shepherd, some dog. He wants to have a dog be the star of his videos now. No, Tim, you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. Only my dogs who are snoring next to me at the moment. What we got over here? So that video was long, and he did get kind of in a mood with that video. One, he starts going on about trying to get his people to once again subscribe to his channel. I want to say it was potentially this one here with the pups, or was it the chili walk? Let's do something different. This was his one this morning. Let's do this one this morning, because this was the morning that he decided to then strike me, and then we'll take a look at another. Which is the do you guys remember? Gosh, I watch them. I'm trying to figure out which one was the one he asked everybody to give him the likes and subscribes. This is the random German Shepherd. The Brooklyn Beckham thing is everything that's going off at the moment. We should get Brooklyn Beckham together with Tim Baker Jr. and they could talk about their father issues together. Okay. So here we got Tim. I find it so easy to go into his transcripts. And then you want to find, I guess he wanted people to like. He says like 27 times. All right, let me use the word subscribe. Because he's been like, he was trying to tell, 8 times. He was trying to ask people. Oh, here we go. Let's get these ones up. Oh, he finally explains. I found out, okay, why he says 111,000 souls. And he's using the prosperity gospel. So he knows he's at 67,000. But he says 111,000 souls because that's the number of subscribers that he is praying on with God, with part of his prosperity gospel. So that's the seed that Tim keeps planting. And he finally revealed that in one of his videos. So I finally understood, and especially why he then uses the word souls. It's for religious purposes. You say that 67.5 is almost 100. Well, yes, of course, if it was doubled. And but that's why he says that. That's why he says that, because he's putting it out there. He's like thinking he's doing like the what was that crazy book, The Secret, whatever that book was. Everyone was like, oh, what so if I just say it out to the universe with enough conviction that I'm gonna have a big house with a swimming pool and all the money on God's green earth, and I just believe it hard enough, and I just say it enough times, and I really believe on it, and I don't think about poverty, I just think about being that rich. I'm just going to be rich. That's the secret. Oh my gosh! And so I think that's why Tim doubles down with that number, because if he changed that, then obviously he would be putting out into the universe to, planting the seed of, the failure of not being over 100K. So I guess in that reality, I then should be saying that I have a 100K channel by the end of the year. Just think it hard enough, guys. It will happen. All right, so let's hear this part at the end, because he's telling about how he's got an amazing community. I know I do. Make sure you hit the likes on the way in. That's my dry bag. Okay, so here he tries to. I am still not sure as to whether he was trolling when he did not know it was Martin Luther King Day. I mean, I don't know if he was trolling, because how was he not looking at his phone? He must have known it was Monday. All right, Tim, 1.5. Take it away, Timmy.
Really gorgeous. And this reminds me of what it was like when I first moved here. Look, there's nobody other than just the right amount of people on the road. I would never, ever even come close to complaining about, look at this traffic. There's nothing. I mean, it's Monday at 3 o'clock. Pretty amazing. Meeting people, going places, doing things. What a life. What a life. Got this great community here following me. So what we're trying to do, folks.
Now I have questions if some of those followers that are so supportive. We had questions about Angel Mission being you. Somebody thought Angel Mission might be you, Tim, or Tammy. But then I think there was an investigation and it was discovered that, no, she really is a real person. So it would be interesting. We always wonder that Tim come in with a sock account. We never know, do we, Timmy? His glasses. These are the ones that always give him away. Tell all your secrets, don't they? Your sunglasses, Tim.
You. You're already doing your part. But I will ask again, because if you don't ask, you don't receive. That's what the Bible says. But I need the thumbs up. The thumbs up doesn't cost you anything. So forget the Amazon, forget to buy me a coffee. Just give me a thumbs up on the videos so that the algorithm in YouTube says, hey, people like this guy. Let's push him out there a little further. And let's get some new people coming into the community. And let's get that play button. Let's get those views up. Let's get those subscribers up to that 100,000, which is my goal this year.
Which is why when you're having a 4.5 view video, we're going to go take a look at one of those after this clip real fast, because it's very interesting to see. We know he doesn't have many comments because he scrubs everything. He probably has so many blocked words like Tammy. I'm sure Tammy is a blocked word. Tim has half the Webster's dictionary as blocked words. The only thing not blocked is a sun with a sunglass emoji on it. And a rock on at this point. All right, I better let him play. I'm gonna laugh at my own jokes.
Oh, we're definitely going to do it. Don't you worry. With this travel content coming up and everything else that's going on, I guarantee you the good Lord is going to push me on out there, and I'm going to hit that lightning strike algorithm again, just like I did on the Social Security, because I've already got a great base right now of 67,000 beautiful souls, and that 111,614 is going to be a real number, and then I'll be crushing it.
I don't know about that, Tim. There we go. We got all about the Brooklyn Beckham thing over here. All right. So that's one of my things about understanding whether or not this is like organic views. And because he's really always talking about if you were getting easily, 5,000 views like on this video and your audience, that's not terrible, especially if you're putting out a bunch of videos in a day. You could be getting easily, especially for Tim, that would be a like. So here we go. We have, I know other people can figure out how to do the dislikes. I think Darling knows how to do that. That's a Darling thing. I haven't worked that one out yet, Darling. I haven't worked. I know they don't like to show the dislikes on a video. Yeah, please hit the likes for me. Here you get to see all of Tim's statistics on the side of his channel over here. You can see all his tags too. So the good news is I can just literally steal Tim's tags and send him out to his same audience just to maximally troll him. Oh, I do all sorts of trolling. You guys don't even realize the amount of trolling I do this poor man without actually like physically going to Florida or doing something. I mean, it's all within me, like within like YouTube and how YouTube works as a platform, especially with reaction and commentary channels, which Tim is still seemingly not understood about, YouTube. So here we have a video 2 days ago, almost 5,000 views. RV depreciating asset. I mean, why this would be something that would suddenly garner this many views from his audience? How do people not know it's not a depreciating asset? I paid $30K plus the old wolf pup, which is always the way that Tim math works. And so fascinating because he always likes to say the Flagstaff only cost him $32K, almost implying for most people when they talk about the cost of something, the Flagstaff value at purchase was $32,000, which isn't the case. It was a far more expensive item along with the trade-in of the Wolf Pup camper, which he did not own either until I believe that $58,400 EIDL came in, or potentially the YouTube money. One of the two big money. I'd have to go and take a look at his timeline again on the Wolf Pup. But that makes that Flagstaff a lot more expensive when he's out here wanting to say it's like he didn't pay that much. And it's not true because he had a trade-in that had some value to it because I think it was literally brand new as well. So he loves to trade in some stuff. I'm surprised he's not traded in the Flagstaff, to be honest. There must be something that is preventing the Flagstaff from being a good trade-in. Because Tim usually by this point would have wanted to have upgraded that Flagstaff. For him to have been that long in the Flagstaff, 2 years, that's an extended period of time for Timmy. Especially with something that has a broken awning that he can't really open anymore. I don't think he's ever fixed that awning. He's got all sorts of other stuff. So yeah, these are lies. 286 likes to 5,000 views. That's almost like not even a 10% ratio, which is really unusual because usually you're getting, for most part, I would say, in my experience with my own tiny channel, but with my awesome community, thank you guys. I see there's like 100 and 150,000 of you souls in the live stream. So I appreciate that. So I expect 150,000 likes. But his half the amount. So it's either the other half is hate view or the other half are views that are not organic. They're inorganic views, say through promotion or something. Not a natural algorithmic view. And then his had these videos that's, you know, that's not a bad number of views. It's not viral, but it's not terrible. Not good for a channel with his number of subscribers that he has. That'd be great for my channel. Terrible for his channel, you know. Why? Because it's a fraction of his subscribers. Mine, it would go over the number of my subscribers. So you know, when you think about his, you know, channel statistics, engagement wise and so forth, sometimes smaller channels like mine actually sort of technically perform better with my community than he is. Because this doesn't matter here when you're getting these types of views. This doesn't matter. And these types of number of likes on that, with this, you know, out, that was your, you know, big video of the day. And then obviously, you know, this Jeff Wirt always says, I'm surprised this guy is even able to stay here. Because Tim, he always says that it seems like would be opposed to Tim. RVs are like vehicles, they depreciate in value. What did Tim say? Generally, but not this one. How is it that Tim has the one RV that doesn't depreciate as an asset? Or the one that, you know, magically was the only one that was $30,000 with a trade-in, you know? He's been begging for likes. And yeah, no rent life as a tag when he pays for a slap. Right. Yeah, he says no rent when he's, or debt-free when he's got a bunch of debt. He only made it as long as he was living on Teddy's property. He still didn't earn his keep. He never considered that would happen if he could stay there. Well, no, of course not. And that was right after Tammy, wasn't it? Oh, I just don't understand. See, these sort of channel, this doesn't make sense, you know. And then here, look at this. To have that many views and 95 comments, that's really low. And that's with Tim chiming in, okay? So I always expect that my comments are going to look increased, because if you as a creator are engaging with your channel and your people making commenting on the videos, then obviously the number of comments is going to increase. And so if Tim is out here actually, you know, engaging here, he's going to increase his comments. He's actually engaging a little bit, which is unusual for Tim. So he's helped increase that number of comments. It's a lot of people wishing Fred happy birthday too. So this is why this doesn't feel organic, even with that size of subscriber base, because of this number of likes, this number of comments, which we know he blocks a bunch of stuff, but something's afoot, Tim. Something's afoot. I don't think. Okay, so this was a fairly recent one. Let me see. All right, let's go to. All right, we listened to part of the random. Have we listened to the random neighbor German Shepherd? Were we listening to that one? Was that the one I was?
Hey.
Oh, this is the German Southern Philippine plans? No, we haven't listened to this one. Listen to this one, and then we'll do the next one. Okay. Random neighbor. We don't know if you really have a random neighbor, Tim. Okay, take it away, Timmy.
How's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. I was making a video about a product that I'll be showing you guys. But it's going to be maybe tomorrow because I got a lot to do on it. But anyway, while I was doing it, I had a neighbor walk by that I got acquainted with. It heard me talking and figured was making a video for something. Anyway, his name is Ian, and he's Canadian. One of the most interesting people I've met in a long time. We have a lot in common. I think it was very fortuitous that we met. And he's leaving for the Philippines very, very soon. And a couple of weeks, actually, 2 or 3 weeks. He comes here. He's been coming here like every year for about 10 years. Then he goes to the Philippines, and he goes back to Canada. And speaks multiple languages. Just a very interesting person, self-made. And anyway, he heard me talking, and he really gave me the highest compliment. Really encouraged me today. He said, "Oh, you speak very well. I heard you." He goes, "You speak very well." And I was like, "Wow, man, thanks very much. I appreciate that."
I know. I know that's a good point, Sharon, about how Tim always is saying something about, let me know in the comments. And the funny thing is like Tim is never keeping his comments. Hold on, I'm gonna play this for you. If you can hear this on my microphone, hold on, let me not disconnect myself. I should record this. Oh, you woke up. I don't know if you can hear Junebug snoring there in the background. Well, that was my dog snoring very loudly. She's not going to be stank-eyed. Should be honest. He should be honest and change his channel to highlight his mistakes and how to fix them. Might actually get 200K that way. Yeah, we're not trying to help him get that way, DJ Shelley. Trying to help my channel get to 100K, not Tim's. I need to make commentary around Brooklyn Beckham, obviously. I'm sure my audience would engage with that content. All right. So, random neighbor, German Shepherds, and Southern Philippine plans. I guess Tim is trying to get in with this one. Hey, Tim, promise you. Scotty Bear was in the Philippines, and it didn't bode so well for him.
Anyway, he had me thinking about these Philippines, like I'm about ready to get a passport and forget going out west, sell everything. No, not. He just goes over there for a visit and comes back. But he does have me thinking about, visiting over there. He goes, get your passport tomorrow. We're leaving in 3 weeks. And he meant it.
Tim, I don't know why you're talking about traveling. You are such a bigoted, racist individual. Everybody had commented about how awful and horrific you were in the video where you and I have to be honest, because obviously sometimes coming from the UK, I don't know all the slanderous terms used here in the United States, and so I was glad it was kind of brought to my attention. You think I would know at this point, but I don't know them all. Sometimes they're culturally there, and I didn't pick up on it, I have to say, because I was probably listening to other parts of the video, and so I was glad that people were so good about highlighting that in the video, because I lived a long time in Mexico, and so I should have probably put 2 and 2 together. Sometimes I just, I guess my brain doesn't go that way. I'm not generally thinking like that. I did see the one comment, and Darling pointed it out, about, somebody making a really racist comment in his comment section about the day, when Tim was saying he didn't know why the streets were empty. But he was really derogatory about Hispanics and stuff. And it was really, really bad. And so I just feel that, Tim, you're not going to fare well in a foreign country. Especially, Tim's going to be the person found in a suitcase, in my opinion, allegedly.
He knows a lot of the islands over there, like Cebu and some other ones that I've heard of. I used to watch a lot of videos on the Philippines. One of my subscribers is a big-time visitor of the Philippines, and maybe some of the other ones out there have been over there. You don't have to give up your citizenship. You don't have to move there. The planes fly back and forth, but you do need to stay for a while when you go over there for the first time to see if you like it. But a guy like him, they speak English. You don't need anybody to speak the language, but that knows the area, knows the.
Well, isn't that convenient, Tim? You don't want to speak Tagalog?
Yeah, ins and outs. And he studied it quite a bit, and he's been there. It's not like just hitting the ground like, okay, I got all this knowledge. I watch all these YouTube videos, but I've never really been here. Go ahead, buddy. What do you want to do? Are you trying to make, you're going to go that way? All right, we can't let you go then. Wow, this guy's got 2 axles in the back of his Ford truck. What kind of crap? Yeah, you got to do it. He has 2 axles in the.
Why are you so angry? See, this is, this is why it's so wild to me that, especially considering the one video that he decides to copyright strike is the one that I call him a Christian cosplayer, which a lot of people agreed with him being a Christian cosplayer. Probably doesn't like the fact that I'm getting 1.9, almost 2,000 views on a video. And his videos, for certain his videos, like his Crushing It for Christ, didn't do as well as probably my videos making fun of him and his cosplaying as a Christian. Thank you guys for all of you who take the time to watch and like and comment and get those videos up the algorithm. I appreciate it because Tim, it's that just he was not a happy camper, and here he's out here. He's like road raging on his videos, and he still includes it. He wouldn't edit it out for a heartbeat. It takes far too long to edit and then have that video exported from iMovie. It's probably just much easier for him to upload the video straight from the, phone, from the photos, and just, you have the little upload. He probably just hits like YouTube. Doesn't like, because if you do any editing, then it has to like export the video, then it has to upload it up, and it can take some time on a phone. I sometimes have made videos at my lunchtime on my phone. That's like where I create things like the one I did yesterday. So I appreciate if you watch and liked it all. That was all done from my iPhone, all the editing, all the adding in of the little pictures of the puppies in there and all the different things that I did, the voices, that was all off of my phone. And obviously because I'm on a personal hotspot or whatever, like on my phone's internet, it took forever to upload. And then the second I got home and got on my home internet, it uploaded much quicker and finished uploading and doing its processing and this, that, and the other. But the other part, it took forever. And so I think that's where he obviously got frustrated why his content is just so shoot and upload. He's just like, that's what he does. Sorry. He was not going to travel. I don't know what he's going to do on that. All right, keep going, Tim.
Back of a Ford, probably a one-ton. So anyway, we just talked and talked and talked. He went and got his card. He was walking his dog, got a really cool looking German Shepherd, Leia. And we might make a video on Leia. He's invited me to go play Frisbee golf, disc golf. When I went over to that park one time called Braden Park, they have a disc golf course there. It's just golf. You throw a Frisbee though, but the Frisbees are heavy. And one is designed to fly longer. Other ones are shorter. You have a driver and a putter and all that. I've played it before, I think once.
Oh, of course. And he's an expert and he played for the U.S. national team. Keep going. He's always done everything. Well, you know what, Tim? I went on a date once with a guy who played Frisbee golf. How about that?
It wasn't that exciting, but, he likes to play. He loves it. This guy really is into it. And he says a lot of people in my RV park that actually go and play. So it sounds like a way to meet some guys that they want. I wish they played regular golf. Who knows? Maybe I'll like the disc golf. But anyway, I just want to.
Why? So you can take their golf clubs as well? You're not going to use for any Frisbee golf? Frisbees? Is that why you don't want to play Frisbee golf? I thought, you know what, Tim? I find it interesting you're even considering this, considering you have supposedly that left shoulder torn rotator cuff that you were complaining about that one time. How was it you miraculously like have a sore back or a rotator cuff tear, or you may actually have these things, but yet you have the ability to, dirt bike like a 30-year-old and, play Frisbee golf. And I know it's very popular with the geezers. Because I know some geezers who play Frisbee golf, and not the guy dated. That was a disaster. That's a bad story too. We should all just have a commiserating bad date stories from back in the day.
Make a video and talk about that because he was very interesting. And Wait till you see this thing I got today. Wait till you see it. It's amazing. I'm very excited about it. I'm heading over to, he didn't answer, but I'm heading over to Fred's to see if I can mooch some of that cake. But I really don't need
He would drive at, 9 miles a gallon in a truck to get a piece of cake. Tim, they have a part of Kroger right at the back of the store where you can pick up a piece of cake discount, like for $1 or $2. Like the big pieces, like German chocolate sometimes. If you're going to eat the piece of cake, you can get that and just eat the piece of cake. Especially if you're not going to keep the cake, just get the discount piece. It's the same. Gee, those cakes are so processed anyway. I can't imagine they ever go bad.
need it. So I'm just going to go over to Nathan Benderson and I get my 7,000 minimum steps in on this beautiful 66 degree, sunny, gorgeous, gorgeous day. That's actually warmed up very nicely. I would even ride the motorcycle, but of course I don't. I have a return here that I got to take to the
please don't do that to the people of Greenland. I think Tim is best in Florida. I think Tim and Florida are perfectly matched. Not to say anything against anybody in Florida. Sharon, I know you're in Florida. And Sarasota is beautiful. So I know it's not all the same. I'm just teasing. Because there is a joke in the United States about Florida, man. Because Florida has what's known as the Sunshine Act, which means that all of their sort of crimes are able to be accessed to the public very easily. So all the stories that come out from the police, is much easier to access. So you get all these wild stories coming out of Florida. And it's really because Florida has very good laws that allow you to access information, which is why we're able to get so much information on Sarasota Tim. Thank you, Florida.
UPS store. We'll be out of your way in a minute, pal. A friend of mine said that one time.
You know what?
It's just saying that when someone's turning in front of you or dragging their tail, you say, we'll be out of your way in a minute. I'll be out of your way in a minute. They need to get out of the way. Well, you know what? I'm going to pull into McDonald's here.
Well, what a shocker, Tim. It's like the second time in one day that Tim's pulling into a McDonald's. I was very disappointed that somebody from Chesapeake, Virginia was saying hello to Tim today because I work in Chesapeake, Virginia. And they were talking about how cold it was, and it was a very cold morning. It's like, really? I was like, well, I'm not surprised that, and it's not to diss Chesapeake or anything. Not surprised that Tim's getting some audience from Chesapeake.
And see if I can buy some. I struck out this morning. I got to do that. I need to do it. This is that brand new one. I watched them build it.
Yes, it is.
Nobody here. Yeah, why has the traffic been low the last couple of days? It's a prison worker day. And yesterday was Sunday, and it's cold. Best I can figure is why. Let's get us another coffee. I got a Mountain Dew here, but I don't want it.
Oh, that carnivore diet. I don't even know. He said he was back on it, I guess, for the new year again. He said he was going to go on it just before Christmas, which nobody goes on diets before Christmas, Tim. That's the one thing that people, unless you're, having to be on a diet for very specific reasons. Most people are like, it's Christmas. It's the one time a year you're allowed to, you're not really supposed to. But we all seem to give ourselves grace to do so. As a registered nurse, I would say you're probably not supposed to really just indulge. It's probably not a good plan. You're better just having a small treats, throughout the year rather than a period of indulging. But even as a healthcare professional, I know that I overly indulge sometimes at Christmas. Oh, dear. Well,
hello.
Welcome to McDonald's.
No, thanks.
And that's what's interesting is Tim had, I heard in the video, if recently, and I want to say I heard in one of Tim's older videos that he said he had Crohn's. So, but it's interesting then that if that were the case, and he's going to see his doctors are on board with the diet, then was he lying in the past when he said he had Crohn's? Because he had mentioned it in one of his videos. From one of his older videos, because sometimes I'll go back. It's interesting to hear. But he has so many videos. But some of his bigger ones I'll go back, and I was like, oh, so yeah, Crohn's. Interesting. Because then I have heard, but you have to be monitored, and I don't think it's like yeah, you'd have to be under a doctor's supervision. Wouldn't just do it without supervision.
Can I please get a senior coffee with 4 cream? Yes, sir.
There are some things.
You don't have a senior, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. How about that sticker shock?
Well, currently I'm getting my master's to be a nurse educator. I was taking my master's as a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, but I had kind of reached a time where I was like, oh my God, this is going to take forever. I mean, it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work on your clinical side. And I've been through so much school in my life. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try to get it finished with my nurse educator master's, and I just have my clinicals left. And then I'm just going to, if I ever wanted to pursue my NP in psychiatric mental health, then it's just my clinicals that I would need to do. But I'm starting to reach closer and closer to my 60s, and I don't know if I have that much energy left in education. Just to get through this clinicals will be enough. But I will have I hope by the end of this year, I will have my master's degree.
Thank you, my friend. 96 cents with the tax. First, it was $1.50. And I mean, that's cheap compared to like what these coffee shops charge, but I almost had sticker shock. All right, I gotta get my credit card out. How's it going?
I think if it were not so expensive and so time consuming, I definitely would pursue it. I certainly have been given encouragement by faculty that I would be capable of completing my doctorate without problem. I've had somebody, I don't want to be braggadocious because nobody likes a braggart, but I've been, my professors, people who have said they would mentor me in my career, have given indication I write at a very high doctorate level. And this is not having used Grammarly and stuff. This was like me literally writing papers on my own before I realized I could write stuff and then have Grammarly kind of like make sure it flowed as far as the American English was concerned. But yeah, so, and those papers would take me a long time to write. So, but yeah, I think it's time and money, neither of which I really want to give to much more education. I'd rather give it to my YouTube channel, my time. I have way more fun. Sometimes school is tiring, and it can be very isolating too, because of the amount of time that you do spend studying, which I don't mind sometimes as an introvert, but sometimes as an introvert, it can be, it's stressful. It's just stressful.
They're treating you here. It's a new place.
Not gonna lie.
That's something that happens all the time. So we'll see.
Oh, you'll end up owning the place.
You understand, yeah.
They used to be like $1 million for a franchise. I think it's probably $2 million now.
No, it's half a million.
Oh, is that what it is?
Half a million. Oh. The one franchise, yeah.
Let's get 2 of them. See you later.
Yeah, it's like
$500,000 to buy a McDonald's. Wouldn't that be something? Sarasota Tim ends up owning a McDonald's. Thank you very much. Hey, is this good coffee?
yeah, I understand that Tammy's daughter was an MP. I don't know if she's still practicing, but I know that she did have her NP license.
Is this good coffee?
Like it.
Is this the best cup of coffee I ever had in my life? Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh, I just got to bend everybody's ear today, right? Oh, I got a big truck in front of me here. I can't go. And so I got to back up, but there's nobody behind me. I forgot to ask, dude, to buy somebody something, but nobody behind me. You can take a look yourself. So I got away with cheap again. Yeah, I know. I put my seatbelt on. Let's go this way. We'll be checking the color and how good it is in just a moment. Roll this window up because it is cold when you got that wind coming in. Yeah, it's really weird to feel cold air here Just like when you go to the desert in Laughlin and stuff. I remember when I was out there when the weather was beautiful. It'd be chilly as heck in the morning and at night, and then warm up just perfect.
Who are you talking to? Like
In the day. And then you can't even go there. Jackrabbits are carrying canteens in the summer. I mean, just scorching. You can tell by the terrain too. It's a scorcher. But anyway, back to the show regarding the Philippines. That might be something in the radar too, man. I know one thing. I've been talking for 2 years. Hope this phone doesn't fall out of that holder. About getting a passport. And I need to do that. And I need to go to the Philippines. I'm gonna hold this phone. One of those railroad tracks. I need to go over there. Ian told me that if you take 60 grand over there, you're richer than 99% of the people living there. So that ought to tell you something of how far the dollar goes. I think the exchange might have changed in recent years, but
oh gosh, this guy Ian is putting all sorts of ideas in Tim's head. That much is for sure. Ian, you're responsible for a lot. Make sure you hit the likes if you're just joining the stream. It lets people know that Sarasota Tim struck my channel again. Probably going to strike me for this one. No, he doesn't tend to strike my live streams. My live streams tend to be a safer strike zone.
it's still a cheap place to live. So I was telling him, and this is how I learned about, well, that's got good color. Look at that color. Oh, hey, I'll find me a new McDonald's. I'm not going to put the lid back on. Folks, that's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. And that's good coffee. And Kathy, baby. Anyway, you know how the algorithm picked me up a couple years ago, whatever it was, with the Social Security? There's a guy that went over there. His name's Paul, and he's got a channel called Paul in the Philippines. Somebody's calling. Who's that? Yeah, I had to take that call. It was MX Locker. I ordered a throttle tube. He's like, what's a throttle tube? Hell, I couldn't even spell throttle tube a week ago. I'm buying all these parts for that dual sport. And very nice young man. I was like, well, where's the part?
I know. And that's always the thing that we've always spoken about. There's been, potentially an idea that Tim's second child, Tim Jr., he did not pay child support, and that was in the state of California. And California does not take kindly to this stuff. And so he was potentially deemed for back child support, which would make him ineligible for a passport. So he could keep, talking about it, and nobody will ever really know that he's not eligible because he's not going to admit to that part. He'll just be like, oh, yeah, I know, I've been talking about it forever, without saying, well, I really can't get a passport. He'll never be honest, especially now on this channel. He's going to let things slip out on occasion, but he's also going to be guarded because he knows that we're always watching him. So he's going to make sure he's going to not always give stuff away. Well, $165 is a wonderful dry bag for Tim. Get one of his subscribers to pay for the passport.
I have an email. They get scammed. What's the deal? He's actually going to subscribe to the channel. We had a nice little chat. Nice young man. Anyway, what was I saying?
Oh yeah, of course. The young man at the shop that you were speaking to is going to subscribe to the Sarasota Tim channel. Tim.
Go to the desert. Go, live your life. Yeah. I'm really crushing it, folks. I'm really happy. I haven't even gone yet.
That's the whole point, Tim. If you could just see my face. Just listening to Tim talk about go. It should be more like bye. And then buy B-U-Y. Not buy B-Y-E, buy to the slab. Just shop, buy. This is it. In his mind, while he's watching these YouTube videos, he's like, all these ideas of all these exciting places that he's seeing. I'm like Itchy Boots or Dork, and I'm out jumping those, dirt trails and just standing up and riding hard. I don't know any terms, as you can tell. But he's just like, he's got it in his mind. But the reality is a man going to get cake at Fred and Raffaella's house while getting the second senior coffee of the day from McDonald's and striking someone's channel that night. So obviously you didn't get a good enough piece of cake.
You know, half of wanting something is you can't afford it or you don't have it, but you wish you did. I often think that people that have plenty of money that have done everything, they must get kind of bored in life. Like, well, I've already done that. You know, I know what that's like. But when you don't know what something's like and you haven't had it, you know, then you have a little curiosity there. If that makes sense. Anyway, got to get some steps in today. I'm going to hit up that gym again, get that pump going. I'm really into that too. And wait till you see this product I got.
I think you're just into using the Planet Fitness shower. I don't think you pump anything, Tim, from the look of your noodle arms.
I'm stoked about it. Yeah, this company's good. I got another one coming too. I'm going to be grounded here for a while doing these reviews. But beautiful down here in Sarasota.
Well, his diverticulitis has now become Crohn's disease, which are two totally different diseases. Two totally different gastric disorders. Crohn's is not the same as diverticulitis. Crohn's is like a sort of like a almost like an autoimmune, if you may, I believe, isn't it? More like which is like an inflammation of the gastric system, and it's very it's horribly discomfort. A friend of mine had Crohn's. I sound terrible for being a medical person, not really understanding Crohn's, but I understand it's like a inflammatory response. But I want to say it's like an autoimmune disorder, and very different from diverticulitis, which is an inflammation of the diverticuli inside of the colon. And that often is exacerbated because of the types of food and often alcohol. So I wouldn't be shocked if the diverticulitis was much more likely for somebody who has enjoyed food, as Teddy has indicated, and alcohol, as Tim has indicated, because that would be much more likely to get a diverticulitis diagnosis or that particular thing happening. Whereas Crohn's is a completely different type of disorder. So I am surprised. Thank you for saying to hit the likes for me. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, Dunlop disease. Well, I'm just always surprised. I'm just always shocked.
To Florida, man. What a place to be. 64 degrees. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And this reminds me of what it was like when I first moved here. Look, there's nobody other than just the right amount of people.
I'm just always curious because I've then, I understand that, but this is what I'm always surprised about, like with that calcium score, which is extremely high. It would put you almost like at the verge of a heart attack. And he did tell that to Johnny Vegas. That was his coronary artery calcium score. But he certainly doesn't seem to, I don't know. I know that time with that IV site and the fact he was drinking coffee during a cardiac stress test would never happen. I mean, they were not allowed to drink coffee for hours if you're taking those tests because coffee being a stimulant. So it would never happen. So I just smell so much BSery. Now, there's other times where, we've been proven wrong and it's been absolutely true. Like Police Dawn is really a person who sent Tim Omaha steaks. I'm like, whoa, I couldn't believe that. But other times, like that one time with that cardiac, I swear that paper that he was holding up came from his ophthalmology office dealing with his glaucoma and not from the cardiology, the way he was with that paper and stuff. I don't know. He is, he's always been a slick one anyway in his life in order to hustle. So he's going to have a story to spin. It's just wild. It's wild.
on the road. I would never, ever
He's
even
on
come close to
YouTube, just
complaining
putting it all
about,
on.
look at this
Oh,
traffic.
wow.
There's nothing. I mean, it's Monday at 3:00. Pretty amazing. Meeting people, going places, doing.
Well, for those who are members of the Good Life community, will find out what I am doing. That's all I'm going to say.
things. What a life. What a life. Got this great community here following me.
Oh, yeah. Right,
So
yeah.
what we're trying to do, folks, what I'm trying to do,
Okay.
you're already doing your part, but I will ask again, because if you don't ask, you don't receive. That's what the Bible says. But I need the thumbs up. The thumbs
We
up.
did hear this part, Tim. We did. All right, let's get over to the other part. We heard you with asking for the thumbs up already, Tim. We've heard that. All right, we just wanted to hear from the beginning. Yeah, we know you want more thumbs up, Tim. All right, so this one again. He showed his kind of his personality, but I just, like I said, take a look at how his views go. Okay, now that we've kind of highlighted that we think he's getting his views in ways that are not organic. Like he had this stretch. Now, was it because it was a holiday weekend? You would think there'd be less people watching. But again, let's go over here. And then we'll watch one more video. Say, I'm spending money like crazy, KLX 300. Why would this video get 3.9 thousand views? His social security, well, we know he had the one that went out, was very popular. This 4.1, had a streak, but 1.7. It's like this doesn't correlate. How are your, titles driving traffic like that? It's just very would not be usual to the YouTube algorithm. So let's take a look at this one real fast. Sarasota Tim. All right. See again. Okay, this is interesting. 3.8 thousand views, 161 likes. So again, we're looking at less than, this is an extremely small percentage of the number of views. Even, if people are, that's just seems like, it's just odd. Even for people who may not like him, I don't think it's going to add on the number of views to sort of like have still such a low like ratio. Like there should be still a few more likes in there, even to get the ratio to the hate, so you would think it could get at least 200 or 300, if your audience was actively engaging and liking your content. And again, 39 comments on a video that has 3.8 thousand views, 39 comments. And some of these comments not coming from Tim, one from Tim here. So he's adding into the, number of comments here. A couple from St. Louis Scott, he's adding in. Crushed it today for sure. Ran some Glocks. Okay, good job, St. Louis Scott. This lady was not happy with him showing the boots. And why you have to show them when you're driving down the road, reaching all around in the truck. Focus, says Kelly. And she's right, Tim. But that's just some wild, something is going on. And if he's doing that, then this is artificial and this is artificial. And he may be doing that because in order to get his sponsors, his collaborations, his promotions from his companies, like saying, well, I get 3,000, 4,000 views on these videos, so it'd be worth sending me this $200 item or this $500 item, because he's getting a lot of stuff. So I'm always thinking that he's doing something that's not right on YouTube. There's something like up with this, man. You know, I watch a lot of stuff about YouTube, and this is shenanigans going on, because it's misleading for all these companies that are doing his promotionals with him. If they're, he's telling them he's getting this type of engagement, and that's not actually the reality. There was a time recently he was getting like 7,000 or 8,000 views on some stuff. Like, now the Miss Jolene one, I potentially could understand that one. I think the hater channels have driven those views, but we're not driving all this like that. This 4.1 on Social Security, you haven't had 2.8, seriously, on a Walmart oil change rotation video. Come on, Tim. This one with the KLX build. This beat my life at 3 marriages. Well, I mean, this one, come on. 3.4. All right, let's see. Take a look.
This is me. It is 100% true that AI is now, people are becoming addicted.
No, that's you, Tim. 3.4 thousand views. Okay. I'm 67, retired, and living like I'm 27. 153 likes. That's less than a So, for example, if you have 3.4, you would hope you could get at least a 10% like ratio, like 10% of your audience to give it a thumbs up. So you would hope here he would want to see a minimum at least 340 upvotes. This is just like 200 down from what most channels see. And it's not about Tim just having bad content. I think they're turning against him, but I think this is view buying. Like 33 comments. Yeah, we know he deletes a bunch, but this is probably saying that this is like, how can you drive in the YouTube algorithm with the channel that hasn't done well on this particular video title? Okay, with these tags over here, almost 4,000 views, with 153 like ratio and 33 comments. This is something going on with his this is him he's using promotion. Like, I'm thinking he's buying views, like, in the respect that he's going into YouTube, he's setting an amount of money for the video, say promoting it at $30 or whatever. So he's not actually making any money on the video, but he is using, because he's probably getting still AdSense. Okay, but probably the amount he'd have to spend to get those number of views. He might pop in $5-10, something, but he can at least then show his companies that he's wanting to collab with. His numbers are up, he's got engagement, so he can get these collaborations. Because a lot of times he goes on and sells those items. So in his mind, those are cash to him. But something is and also he might be thinking he could drive up his subscribers. So the views might be coming because he's actually choosing to grow his audience for the subscribers, because he's so wanting. But think about this. With these, especially with these, suddenly he's getting like, compared to like 1.7, you'll see if he doesn't touch his views, okay? But he has 67.5. His subs haven't gone up at all. They've gone down. It's fishy. It's fishy, Sammy. It's very fishy. It's very fishy. Something fishy going on with him. Well, I can't say that, Dennis. I'll get in trouble just for that word. It's not cool with the kids, that word. I can't believe, like, hiking in the Smokies. Unless I mean, I bet it looks like he's going to other people's channel and probably copying their tags. But I doubt he has this on his channel. But yeah, I just can't. 67 years young and I'm done waiting. 3.4. I just something up. Look, 33 comment. Tim. All right, let's get to the last react. Something up. We're gonna go over here to the coffee.
Hey, good morning.
Hold on, Tim. Something up, guys. Tim's not being honest. Tell you that much. Why am I not shocked?
Morning, everybody. Sarasota, Tim. 8:24 a.m. and it is the North Pole out there.
Stop the video.
I just went out there and did a.
All right. Tim has got all his costume on, guys. He's got the Kawasaki. It's Kawasaki Tim. I don't know how to. We have to figure out a good nickname like Tim Cup. It's like Scooter. He's like Scooter Tim now. He could be just called Scooter at this point. Now he has to come out in like a black shirt with this shirt and Kawasaki. He just loves an outfit, man. Jeez. I mean, he can't work a job or anything except YouTube and stuff because he's got to spend all this time buying and shopping and getting his costume right. Shoot, he goes through more stuff than I do. Scrubs. I'd be lucky if I buy a new. I finally got myself another pair of scrubs recently. I was like, oh my God. I hadn't bought scrubs for years. It's just like, you know.
A little pre-unpackaging of a thing that I got. I'll show it to you. And then the video will come out probably later today. But,
I promise you, I probably have scrubs that I started my career with. I'll be like, I mean, some I'm finally having to retire, like they finally wear out enough. But I mean, I will wear those things out, you know. I literally had like in the undershirts I wear these types of undershirts under my scrubs all the time too. And I one time had a patient who's like, that looks like it's wearing out on the elbow. I think I still have that one going. I just like make it bunch up around the elbows now. I'm so the opposite from Tim.
MG. Oh my
God.
My hands are literally frozen. It's 38, 39 degrees. Now you can't tell me that's not cold. I don't care where you're from. That is cold. I need more coffee. You gotta heat this up. Even though it is smoking, I want it hotter. Oh, put my hands on that. Folks, I haven't had cold fingers in a long time. I'm not going anywhere. I guarantee you, I will not leave north of Tampa. Not until it warms up in this country. I think we're in the dog days of winter for sure. My God. Woo!
He doesn't like any reaction commentary channels. He has struck at so many. He's taken some down. Like Grandma's pocketbook when she was Olive Oils. That channel. He took her channel down. Because she obviously didn't want to give him her personal details on the counter notifications. I have survived like a cockroach to Sarasota Tim. Because I'm sure Tim like absolutely perceives me as a cockroach. And then when he was talking about the evil devil people and stuff and all mad and stuff, and I then did the Christian cosplay, I think the people that he was referring to are probably Sarasota Tim for his AI stuff. Hates that. Hates JJ for being a turncoat. And I say hate because Tim would probably say that word. It's a strong word, but Tim would use it. I know he can't stand Darling. He struck Darling's channel. Struck my channel, as we know, more times than anybody's channel should be struck by one person on this platform. But I am Tim's cockroach. He hates me.
This was going. My space heater's going. I've got my long johns on again. Another shirt on that I got to wash because I'm swimming. I know a large would be too small. It's all cotton. It'll shrink. But I'm wearing it proudly today. I got it at Kawasaki, Sarasota Power Sports, where I bought my bike. Stopped in there yesterday. Met the gang. And got hooked up on all this stuff here. Let me get my cream out.
I just cannot with the costumes. Look at all the stuff he's got going on back here as a minimalist. Oh, I mean, he definitely wants to make sure that, you know, I don't take this grift down. We're definitely going to end this one after this because Roscoe's passing gas and needs to go outside and poop.
So I'm going to watch a tutorial on YouTube to refresh how to build. I've only built like 6 of them. So it should come back to me pretty quickly. We'll take a walk out there and I'll show you what I got. Free. Free. Why? Because they want a YouTube video to review it. Why? Because I've reviewed many before.
See, this is what I'm saying about the reviews and the videos. And then you're taking a look at his views on his videos. And then you take a look at the number of comments and the number of like ratios. And it doesn't make sense. Even if you were sending it out into the algorithm, obviously anybody who's clicked on it doesn't even give it a like. That's a very suspicious. It's very fishy. And I've watched other channels that break down these on other people's channels, you know, the channel watching a channel watching a channel. It's the circle of life in YouTube's world. Yawning at 8 a.m. driving to return count. Yeah, I know. He's living his best life ever, returning more stuff that he's, you know, got on Amazon. I mean, is he using his own links? Probably.
And they think I do a good job.
Making money off his own affiliate.
They have a very good, reputable company. Now that is hot, folks. That's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. Man, that's good coffee. This is at McDonald's. McCaffey, baby. I can always tell. Good old home, sweet home. McCaffey.
Tim definitely got that West Side Story going on. He's going to be doing the click. You know, I know you don't want to hear me sing. I'll just do the click.
I mean, I don't know what to do. It's so darn cold out there. Let me tell you something I'm a little upset about. I bought hundreds of dollars worth of parts for my new dual sport, only to find out that Grok led me down the wrong road and gave me the wrong sizes. Oh, that's good. That's good. That warms me up. Yeah, let me tell you something about this AI. It is extremely intelligent. It is extremely helpful. But man, you got to use some caution. That sucker will give you wrong directions. It's worse than Google. It's worse than Siri. It will lie to you. It will tell you anything you want to hear. It will give you the wrong sizes and parts. It will tell you the wrong price. It's the best price. You got to do your own searching. It really is like, you can tell the layout in a year from now, if it takes that long, will be completely different. And the technology and and how accurate it is.
I like that reference of the Jerry Lewis and Geisha boy. God. Not appropriate, but perfectly appropriate for Tim. Oh my gosh, Natalie Wood. Come on, guys. Yes. Drop it in the chat. What character that you think that he looks like? Now, I think he looks like one of the members of the T-Birds from the motion picture Grease. And he could be definitely one of the members of that gang. It's like, go Grease Lightning, go Lightning. Grease Lightning, go Grease Lightning. It's like, look at me, I'm Sandra Dee. Rolling in virginity. Won't go to bed till I'm legally wed. I can't. I'm Sandra Dee. Super Dave Osborne? Oh, I think he's, he's giving me Grease vibes.
It can be. Because right now, they just released it just like to make you impressed. But I'm telling you right now, I've used it enough to know that it has a lot of faults. It can help you to get to a midway point, but before you pull the trigger and you get to the end decision, do your own final research. Because, I mean, I'm just talking about some parts I ordered for a motorcycle, but I've had other things too. Directions, a lot of inaccuracies that this thing has. So it's not all that intelligent. But I bought a set of tires for the bike, and the width was wrong. It is not the Goldilocks setup that everybody's getting. It was it would fit, but it is not the one. And then the tubes for the tires were not the one.
Well, I don't know about the tubes and the tires, Tim, but I've worked out, one, you like to strike my channel. Two, the 111,000 souls is a prosperity gospel. That's what you're planting the seed for the 111. And there was a third thing too. I've learned that you're probably buying your views, or at least trying to buy your audience to get to 100K. And it's not been working. You've lost subs. That must be frustrating.
Ones that would fit. So all of that stuff has got to be sent back. I'm not even going to I'm going to touch it to take it back to the return center. I'm not going to open anything because what's coming is wrong. And I've already ordered the new. So, these companies, they don't just give you your money back just because you say you're returning it. You could be returning an empty box. Is
that what it is? I can't say lousy with virginity. It's been a while since I've heard that song. I'm surprised I got that far through it. Surprised anybody wanted to hear me sing. I'm a terrible singer. Tim's a terrible dresser. I mean, he's just I guess it's because he never had to wear really a uniform for work. So he just makes up costumes, Like I used to get this excited about a fancy dress, as we call it in the UK back in the day. Like there was nothing that my friends and I loved more in the 1980s and 90s than a fancy dress party. And I think even here in the early 2000s, if you had an opportunity to dress up for a party, OMG, it was all out. Tim is dressing up for a party every day. I have to wear a costume. I have to wear a uniform to work. So it doesn't excite me anymore. But Tim, every time he golfs, he goes out west. I mean, if he goes out west to get all that cowboy gear, if he hasn't tried to sell it on eBay, will show up on Facebook Marketplace. I mean, the man sells his shoes.
He did that for everybody. They'd be out of business. So they have to wait. And I'm sure the return label they gave you was the slow boat to China to get back. Now, they're not in China, but the expression, there's probably just, you'll see a couple of weeks go by, possibly 10 days before you'll ever get your money back. But one thing for sure, I don't need it because one thing I got, plenty of money. At least my credit card limit's high. I'm not worried about maxing out. The credit.
I heard that wasn't a divorce, Dave. That was just a trial separation. Croc whispered sweet nothings back into Tim's ears and told him exactly what he wanted to hear. Oh, he's been saying so many things that we've been talking about as a community. Started talking about HOAs and not wanting to live in a community with an HOA. Didn't want to quite say the term free America because that's what I was calling it. But he was implying that he would want to have a sticks and the bricks in a neighborhood with, without an HOA. I was like, Tim, you are just a content thief. I mean, you get me for copyright on your terrible content, but yet you steal literally other people's conversations. Like there was a bunch of stuff in one of his recent videos. I think it was the one that from one of his morning ones. I was like, there's a bunch of stuff that we talked about over here on this channel. And he's regurgitating it. Like he came up with it. Oh, the other one was about the RVs. We were talking about how, I had mentioned that, being on an RV park, I don't know if it was a live or a video, was not always a good plan because of the fact that there are a lot of private equity firms and larger businesses that are purchasing these RV parks and buying them up from the mom and pops. And was talking about that. Well, look, he went ahead and mentioned about the fact that his RV park company is a large company and they could just put the rents up and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's like talking. It's that's how I know he's watching. Now, when he says the thing about the money and how he might have to spend a lot of money soon. Now, I don't know if he's trying to imply about the airline ticket to the Philippines, his travel out west, because he keeps talking about travel, and obviously that's expensive. Or if that's just a good old dry bag. Or is it because what is going on behind the scenes from my end?
Will come eventually. And by the time the smoke settles in another couple of weeks, when I get all these things in,
They
and the dust
are.
settles, you know, I'll have what I spent. And actually, believe it or not, I'm always ended up coming out on top. What I spent and what I reordered the correct parts, I actually spent less. So by a pretty good amount too. So that was good. And, you know, I'm really kind of filtering everything down to what I really need.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised because he's spending money like water at the moment. I mean, I know a lot of these other things are items he's getting into review, and he's going to go on to sell all this stuff. All this stuff is going to be on Facebook Marketplace. But he's been hoarding a lot of stuff recently too, like the tools and stuff. I'm surprised none of that stuff has ended up for sale, or it is for sale and he's just not been able to sell it as easily as he thought. Because he definitely is wanting, I mean, it's this is that for Tim, his I mean, the AdSense is money for him, but it's all this periphery stuff that is his money makers too. The buy me a coffees, that's why I troll you with the buy me a coffee, Tim. You got like when I did Foodie, I didn't have the buy me a coffee. It's a special troll for Tim. Not that I don't appreciate, because I always do, and the puppies do too. He's definitely, yeah, he's trolling at all times. All right, keep going, Tim.
Which is none of it, but I want it, right? That's how you do it. And they can take as long as they want, because if it's just cold here, you imagine Moab. I mean, what's the temperature in Moab right now? I can never even go up that far anyway. It would be all running down low along the 10 and just, you know, not really the places, although they're awesome, not really where I want to go. I mean, I'd rather go to North Carolina and Georgia. They got these motorcycle parks and trails where you can go and ride. But shoot, who wants to go up there right now? It's freezing. So I'll be just enjoying the winter here for another.
So if that were the case, Tim, then why did you feel this like immediate rush to buy these bikes? Is it because you need to try to find other ways to get people to send you stuff? It seems like it would be very expensive to buy a bike in the hopes to get collaborations. I think you hope it's going to gain you views, but I think that what you'll find is you're not probably going to be like the other younger people who are really out there putting content just of them on their dirt bikes. You talking about it in your Kawasaki shirt, sipping a cup of coffee with your picture on the mug, looking like a mug, is not what I think these kids are after for content.
A month in Florida, and I'm taking my time building this. I'm going to play with my new toy. You want to go out and see my new toy? I got a couple coming. This is just the first one. I hate to put this down. It's good. All right.
Yeah, but if he talks about doing trails in Florida, David, then he would actually have to be on a trail. This way he could just talk about it forever and a day.
Yeah, let me take you out of here. I can do it without. There we go. All right. Get some dishes. Oh, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. 1, 2 batteries.
Let's go back and look at his dishes. Let's see if we have any interesting things in the sink. Is it just a plate, Tim? I'm looking for gloves. Oh, Tim. Okay. You know, remember we spotted the wine glass that one time reflecting in the refrigerator. We know he's on the, you know, the non-beers with the ambient chasers. I do like this thing over the sink. I have to say, I need something like this at my house. There's a dry bag. No, I think I've been looking for something like this because that is handy. Tim, you got to do your plates, man. You don't have that much to do. I mean, you're retired. You got time. It's not like me. I got to dash out the door in the morning, go to work. That prison job. Got puppies to walk. You know, I got stuff going on. I got counter notifications I have to send to YouTube's overlords at the AI bot people because some guy keeps striking my channel.
Get some dishes. Oh, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. 1, 2 batteries. Ooh, what you got? Oh, there it is. There's the box.
I want to say that looks like an Amazon purchase. I think that's something that you have to specific. I think that's an Amazon thing because I think I asked somebody else about it. They're like, oh, you get that at Amazon. I'm like, darn, I don't really get stuff from Amazon. What happened to Bed Bath & Beyond?
Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert. All right, close your dang door. Were you raising the barn? Got the heater on. Yeah, there it is. The 2026 TST dual battery, 32 mile an hour, 130-mile range e-bike. All my assembly parts are sitting here waiting for the temperatures to warm up. They come about 85% assembled. It's basically the fender, the seats, the headlight, the front tire. I'll have a video. You'll see my review of.
Is this a new oh, it is. It's another e-bike. He's got another e-bike to sell on Facebook Marketplace to one of his neighbors. See, this is where Tim gets his extra money. This is why he doesn't want this hustle to ever end. It's not just even about the AdSense. It's about the fact that he gets all these collabs. And for him to get more of these to occur, he's got to keep his views up on his channel and his numbers. You know, like his striking of my channel has definitely probably, and a lot of people don't want to watch collaborations. And you know, people doing reviews. Dr. Falcon was talking about the fact that he wouldn't want to watch those. I am working on one at the moment. It's for one item. Like I stick for things primarily around the house or things that I really think would be interesting things for the audience to find. Like that thing that went over the sink, Catherine. If a company came to me with that, I probably would do it because I have a pretty decent sized sink here in my kitchen. I've got, you know, double sinks. And I have two different sizes. So that would be something that would be like, oh, yeah, I would do that as a collab, you know, because I would think that would also be beneficial to people. But Tim is like, I don't know how many of these bikes. I mean, it's wild. And, you know, these sell for decent amounts of money. So this is a decent collab. And last time he couldn't even put this thing together. He's probably going to have to pay for like jackrabbits or whatever those like people are, or pay one of his neighbors to put it together for him. But yeah, he'll be selling that again. Ka-ching. Yep. Ka-ching. Ka-ching. Yep. He's got more. Well, I don't want to say all their stuff is that bad. I have a very nice recliner from there. You know, some of their things are made in very ethically sound factories and stuff. So just depends. Yeah, he doesn't claim it on his taxes. Well, and then he's been called out, which is why when he had that one video, he finally put up include paid promotion. And I don't know, maybe he's doing that so he can, I don't know, somehow maybe he realized he needs to do some of that on his taxes because he wasn't ever including that on any of his videos before. And he was certainly putting out a lot of reviews and getting these items from these companies and doing that. So yeah, he's definitely a fan of that, you know, and obviously he knows that could be a turnoff, but it's just like, I know there's something up with those views on those videos, because when you look at the sort of all like those numbers that I showed you around the comments, the likes and stuff, none of it makes sense. And then you look at it with his other videos that don't have, it just doesn't make sense. All right, keep going, Tim. You're almost at the end.
How it comes packaged. It's amazing how they box them up so well protected. There's not a mar on it. Look at those rims, huh? Black and yellow. Cool. A lot of bright colors today in cars and bikes. And I mean, look at this thing right here.
Look at all this
Huh?
stuff.
We're getting brighter than that.
Oh, there's Johnny golf clubs. Look at all this stuff. Look at all these boots. There's his cowboy boots here, guys. There's the cowboy boots. There's Cowboy Tim here. How many cowboy boots did he get for Cowboy Tim? Oh, he's got, looks like some hunting boots or something. God, everything needs a costume. Every one of his hobbies needs a costume. And there's Johnny's golf clubs gifted to you. No, they weren't, Tim. It's like that small business loan, hey? How conveniently you forget about it sometimes.
So we're gonna get this built. As soon as that heater gets up a little higher, high of 66 degrees today, which is
Oh yeah, ladies. Woo! Oh yeah. There you go. That's the shot right there. That's the one. Leave me a comment as to what Tim's thinking in that picture. Not using the new stand? You think he's already sold that? He's already sold that one on Facebook Marketplace? Tim cheats. Come on, ladies. You know he's single looking for love. Come on. That's not nice. Well, Tim, I'm going to do it to you. You struck my channel again today. Sarasota Tim, at some point in the night, decided to choose violence against the Life and Vibe channel again. So make sure you hit the likes, guys. Give us some love and support tonight. All right, keep going. You guys give me lots of love and support. But obviously, you know, for that algorithm thing I was just explaining and how Tim's algorithm doesn't seem to make sense. Because it really just, it doesn't. Something smelling like BS.
like cold. But if there's no wind and the sun's out, yesterday it got up to about that. It was very nice. But later in the day, let's get back in the heat in here. So yeah, that bike has got 2 batteries on it that can range from 65 to 130 miles. And here they are right here. 1, 2. So first time I've ever received a bike that has dual batteries. I've seen them, but I've never received one before.
I didn't say anything. So it was no ad hominem attacks from the nurse here. But Tim, I had to do the pause story because you've been so cruel to my channel. I mean, he loves that Sarasota Tim, crush it. I mean, this is his whole identity. Me, any of the reaction channels, Darling, Sarasota Tim, Dinga, you name it, Miss Vicky, you name it. Any of us making commentary around this gentleman is going to irritate him because it could potentially hamper his ability to make money. And if you saw the EIDL video the other day, he clearly says he had nothing saved. And he doesn't want
the
me
price
to
is higher
do
because the
either.
batteries aren't cheap. They're lithium and 48 volt with 15 amp hours. So it comes as a class 2, and then you unlock it through a sequence of.
Yes, he did. He admitted to the flat head and not being able to wear hats. Yes, he did. Oh, yeah. He's admitted all sorts of stuff recently.
Of secret motions that you do with the controller, and it opens it up to where the motor will allow you to go much, much faster. And so we're going to be building that this morning. That's my, you know it, you already know it now, but the review will be coming out, and then there'll be a future video, a couple of 3 and some shorts and all of that, which is what I'm obligated to do on my end as the reviewer, because it was sent to me for free, and I get no payment for it or anything. There's an affiliate link that'll be provided where you can get a discount, and I'll receive maybe a commission if you buy one, but I'm not paid by the seller in any way, just receive the product, as I do with everything, all my products. I don't get any payment. I just get the product. So anyway, it's a nice product to have, and I'm going to get here and watch a YouTube video now. I found.
Has he been using his Effidex? Because wasn't he supposed to be using Effidex for his actinic keratoses, which if you want to use that in order for them not to progress to being squamous cell carcinomas. So if you kind of get them early when they're actinic keratoses, you have that Effidex kind of like burns the skin. And I wonder, because he did mention that cream, or cream he needed to apply to it. Usually it's Effidex. That stuff will burn. Shoot, you got to put gloves on to put that on somebody, so you can imagine what it's doing to the skin of those. Well, the actinic keratoses, I should say.
one where a guy assembled one that's the
That's
last
right,
year's generation, pretty much similar, I'm sure, at least the basics of it is, and I can get it fresh in my mind. I got to get all the motorcycle stuff out of my mind because I've been watching so many videos on how to put on handlebars and
Yeah, I know. You have 1,000 videos about how to do handlebars, but you don't want to listen to your doctor's advice at all. I mean, he really is just like, it's very interesting to see somebody's, I guess, I don't ever want to sort of like criticize somebody for their choices. But obviously I am. But it's kind of interesting to see Tim and the way he's I don't know. It's just interesting because his choices just don't seem like they're very sound.
break down tires and things, which I've got to do to my bike. So I'm going to become this assembler, this mechanical guy, not motor work or anything, but part work. I believe I can do it. I believe I can crush it.
Oh, Tim. He's always crushing it. Always crushing it. Oh my goodness. See, this seems a little more reasonable. 2,000 views, 2,100. 116 comments. Oh, sorry, likes. 28 comments. This is so low. This is really low. To get this number of comments from your subscribers, it's really low. Moab will be in the teens this weekend. Hey, Tim. I've asked several times how much your lot rent is because I am considering buying a camper in Sarasota. Any information would be great, says Megan. And Tim, for some reason, has been avoiding this one. I would say around 900 plus, depending on the area. And I know somebody did put an exact amount in there. Foodie? Yeah, we'll get back to Foodie, too. What about, sorry, I could be on the Foodie. Yeah, Foodie. She said some other stuff. Oh, about the metformin. Oh, about her doctor wanting to prescribe her 4,000 milligrams of metformin. I was like, no doctor ever did that, girl. Max dose would be 2,500, and that would be on a immediate release. And it's like 2,000 if it were like extended. You're not giving that much. You put somebody into a hyperglycemic event. So at that point, that's not control. That's putting somebody into hypoglycemia. I mean, it's like she doesn't even understand how medications work. It just baffles me. It's the lies that these people tell is absolutely outrageous. So I need to make a video just addressing that one particular lie. Just release the one video. Because the lies that these people tell is it's just incredible. It's just incredible. Like, I just feel like I'm gonna keep an eye on Tim's channel views. You know what? If you see a video suddenly get like 8,000 views tonight, you'll know that Tim upticked the promotion of it. Just to irritate me. And I'm surprised we haven't seen him today. So he's up to something. Building his bikes or something. I'm surprised. But he's really decided, I guess, because his affiliates money is down, he's really hustling on the reviews. Like, ever since he's back in Bradenton, he's like more like sort of fixed in his location. He has done a lot more. When he was more, actually traveling and going out west and so forth, he was always he really wasn't doing many reviews like that because obviously they couldn't send him stuff. So I also wonder if his storylines about going off to do all this stuff is just another way to have these companies send him products for collaboration. Because he's talking about camping and he's putting all these things, in order to get all of this stuff. just stuff. And then he gets the stuff in order to, then he openly admits to go on and sell it and make his bag. You know, he's got to make his coin. He's got to make his bag. Not that he hasn't tried to monetize the video and, you know, gets his other things in there. It's just, Tim is wild. You don't watch reviews unless you're interested in the product. Right. And I think that's, you know, when I've put reviews out, it really is because a good product has come my way and I can't resist it. I know it's terrible for my channel algorithm. I do it as a separate. I do it usually because I think it's other people would be interested in the product. And I only expect people to click on it if they genuinely are interested. Now, if somebody gives me a watch and supports the channel, I'm always very grateful. But really, it's really because it's because people are going to look specifically for that product, you know, and you know you're going to be potentially, you know, changing how your audience views you as a creator. So you really have to sort of consider that everything that you look at is something that you yourself would really personally want to have. And which is why when Tim has it come in and then he just turns around and puts it on Facebook Marketplace and reviews the product, it's not really because he's like really wants that product, you know, like any of the, like I said, the few ones that I've had, I've really had a genuine interest in the product that has been offered. Like I need to get up here and measure my skylight about this one other thing and get this sent over to this company. I don't have all the infinite time in the world like Tim to do stuff. And I know there's always timelines and deadlines and stuff. So I'm hesitant to commit to that just because I know I'm busy with other stuff. And like I said, I know that's not really what my channel's about. So, and you don't get to kind of, with these types of product reviews, these types of companies, they're not wanting the video of the product embedded generally into your content. They are going to want you to do a video specific video of that particular piece of product. Especially when you're a smaller content creator. So it's going to be, you know, and for his whole entire channel to have, you know, kind of, you know, to go into this, it can only really, you know, it can only be your hardcore audience that wants to watch this type of content. It's all like, you know, I just can't, you know, something up. Like seriously, 2.3 for the new Nelson Rig tank bag for the KLX 300. Are you serious? All right, last thing I'm looking at just to show you this, the weirdness of the algorithm. Okay. Oh, look at this. Full retirement age just came 1 year sooner. Listen to this. He got 36,000. Oh, look at that. Here's a Tim and Tammy, man. From 2 years ago, 41,000. This is where Tim probably can't understand life anymore. And he might have gotten that back in the day because everyone was home on lockdown. Grilling barbecue ribs on my new Expert grill from Walmart. 41,000 views. Or my new home base in Jacksonville, Florida. This dude with the thumbs up getting 37,000. Tim and Tammy walking down the Siesta Beach Keys, 31,000. Here, come on, Tim. 107 likes, 10 comments, 2.3 thousand views, 67.5 thousand subs. Make it make sense. The roll-up dish drying rack, 28 cannot be delivered. I am so, you know what, Catherine? We should get it delivered to the States. We'll ship it to you. We'll send it to you to New Zealand. How dare they? How dare they not get that to New Zealand? You know what? That's something, if it's not there, maybe that's an idea of something that needs to be in New Zealand. That's your drop ship, Catherine, right there. You can send me the check for the idea later. Used to watch 27 Fox Place about housekeeping. I ordered some clear plastic pins for shelves after I saw a cabinet organization. Oh yeah, I promise you, I've had products that people have shown. I on by people on these channels that I've ordered through their links because they've generally been things that I've been interested in. Like, where was the one with the little like soap that isn't in the plastic container? It's just like soap sheets that you put into your washing machine. And so you're not using up plastic bottles and stuff. And I still use those to this day. I don't use like liquid and stuff because it's literally, that's just watered down to give you a product. So you feel like you're getting something for your money. But it's just wasteful. The numbers aren't adding up. Oh, yeah, the numbers aren't adding up. They aren't. Yeah, he doesn't. He knows you are much more intelligent than he ever will be, and you intimidate him. Well, I don't know about him thinking, because he's the narcissist, so he thinks he's the smartest man in the room at all times. That's for sure. But I don't think he likes that people snooping around into his numbers or his loans or stuff. And I just spend enough time trying to, grow the Life and Vibe community, try to see if there's other types of disingenuous creators and our sort of like space, I guess, for age range of a content creator. It doesn't necessarily have to be male or female, because authenticity is what sells the brand. And if your brand on the platform is unable to be authentic, then you've lost your marketing edge, your brand. And I think Tim's brand is really not a good brand, but he needs it to be in order to, obviously, one, the money, but it can't be coming from the views anymore. And doing just constant reviews, ask, a lot of those, nomadic fanatic type folks out there, they can be a channel killer. So you want to do them very rarely. And you have to then be very particular about what you're then willing to, do a review if you're going to do them, because you've been offered a good collaboration, and you do want to also show to potentially future advertisers that, maybe you do have a brand friendly channel or whatever, because in reality, for a lot of influencers and for a lot of creators, it's when you get those deals and they actually offer you, solid real dollars. And Tim's been pointing out a lot that he doesn't get the fees, which is interesting, because when you have a channel his size, or, with the view counts and that one big video, that should have been something that you could have used as leverage to negotiate to get a fee to have a product on your channel, and yet he's never reached that part. It's just interesting because he's, he doesn't manage his brand as well as I think he thinks he does. And I think he's, using his channel definitely now for like, it's really just a way for him to make money through affiliate links and, reviews and selling those products on a Facebook marketplace. Because he, and obviously keeping the channel, because that one Social Security video still gets views and still probably nets him a decent amount of ad revenue. He still probably makes decent money from that, believe it or not. And he's still making money if people go back and watch any of his videos. Like me, trying to figure out like all his lies, like, how have you got Crohn's and now you got diverticulitis? What's going on? Both aren't the same disease process, you know? Yeah. If these companies that give free stuff knew that he got fraudulent, potentially, who knows? A lot of these companies may not be as, you'd be shocked how many controversies these influencers and people have on TikTok and YouTube and all sorts of places. And brands are still working with them. So it's baffling and it is surprising, and yet it still happens. I'm always shocked or surprised. But tomorrow night, for those of you who are part of the Good Life community, I'm hoping my voice is going to hold out. I need to go to bed because I got to work tomorrow. I'm going to try to pay in the members only. If it doesn't kick out Wednesday night, which is my plan, worst case scenario, it goes to Thursday where I'm off from work. I'm trying to get an entire month putting out content, which is why this guy continuing just to persistently strike me is really just like, bah! All right, guys, I've kept you for way too long. I got to get you guys ready to get ready for your prison jobs. My dogs are desperate to go outside for a walk, so I got to hang this up. So take a look for those of you in the Good Life. If you haven't had a chance, hit the likes on the way out. That's why I think Tim is always saying, oh, I hear these people say you got to do all these likes. It's probably me and the way I say it. It's probably what he's hearing. That's probably what you're hearing, isn't it, Tim? I don't think the other channels you're watching probably do it like I do. Because I'm still trying to build mine. I'm not like Itchy Boots with 7 million people. Now, 20 some years ago when I lived in Mexico and I was traveling for my work all around Mexico City and always flying and always in different places, I probably would have had a really good YouTube channel. Except I always run late places. So I never would have had it together to have filmed. So I would be a terrible influencer because I wouldn't get it together. I just wouldn't. I know me. Thank you, Dinger. And I appreciate you also pointing that out. And keep an eye on that too, with your investigative eye, because there's something going on, man. Because there was like suddenly around Christmas, he just like, when everybody would have been busy with their families, had a ton of views on stuff. But the comments and the likes and all that ratio, it's something not kosher, as they say. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we got our prison jobs. All right. I appreciate you letting me chill with the dogs on the couch. If it works out and I've got my microphone and the sound's okay, maybe we'll just one night we'll go live and you can see the dogs just like sleeping on the couch right next to me on the camera, because that would actually be quite cute because they're right next to me. I'll show you real fast. Hold on. I'll take me out. Hold on. Let me hide Sammy. There they are. Oh, there they are. That was the couch fight tonight. There you go. Little puppy flash. Just as a little as they, what do they call it? When you look at my little head poking in. When you've got your little bit of like the little, there they are. Oh, sorry, you couldn't see. You could just see pillow. Sorry, that was pillow, not puppy. There's puppies. Sorry, I was just showing pillows. There's the puppies. There they are. There's the puppies. Sorry, I had the pillows showing. There they are. All right. This one here needs to go to the bathroom. All right. Take care, guys. We'll check you later. Bye.
Life and Vibe, thanks so much. My queen, my Sarasota Tim expert.